Okay, so today we're going to use a REST data source to bring live data into the system. So we're going to see if we can't bring in some weather data into the software. We're going to bring data in from London, England. And we're going to start with finding a REST data source. So there's lots of different REST data sources online for all different types of things. The one I'm looking at today is openweathermap.org. And if you click on their API link, you'll see that they've got different APIs that you can use. I'm going to go into this one here, current weather data. And if I scroll down, I can see that there's an example of a REST call here that can be made for pulling the data from London, England. And if I click that, I'm going to get the raw data. So this data here is in JSON format. Sometimes it's in XML. Some APIs will give you a choice of whether you want JSON or XML, some don't. But we're going to use this one here, and we're going to get the data from London, England. So again, here's the XML. So in order to create a data mapping configuration for this, we're going to connect up to our data connector service, and we're going to create a new configuration. I'm going to call my configuration weather. And the first thing we want to do is, once the configuration is created, is select our type. So this is where we want to select REST as where our data is going to be coming from. And we're going to take this address here and copy it, and we're going to paste that as the host address for the web service. I can click test, and that looks like a valid host address. Okay, so now we're going to add an item. The item I'm going to add is going to be called London temperature. And you can leave this full host here like this, but you may want to be pulling different values off of this one host. So what you want to do is you want to take this piece of the URL and you want to put it down here in request path. So then I can have London temperature, I can have humidity, and I don't have to create a separate mapping configuration for every single one of those. And I can click test, and I can see that I've got some data that came back in JSON format. So my response format is going to be JSON. And if I do the test again, I can see here that I've got, the coordinates for London. I have the weather. I've got pressure, temperature, humidity. So the information I'm interested in is under this main group, and it's under temperature. So I can type in main, try test again, and I can see I get the subset. So I want temperature. So I can do main.temp. Try the test again, and there's the value that I'm interested in using for my data mappings. So this sets up the configuration in the data mapping configuration for the REST provider. So now I've got it set up that every 10 seconds the data connector service is going to pull this web service, and it's going to pull this value. So next we want to do configure mappings. So I'm going to go to my sites. I've got a solar panel here, but I'm just going to bind this productivity property to my London temperature. So I do my usual add mapping, and now as this REST value is updated every 10 seconds, the result is going to go here into my model. And I can close that window and save it. And the next thing I'll do is I'm going to pull up the data model browser, and we're going to find that asset and take a look and see if we have that value in the property table. And there we do. So there is the productivity value that we did the mapping to. And there's also a calculation here that's adding watts and productivity. So if I added 100 into here, then that would execute. So yeah, that's how we bring live temperature data from a REST web service or REST endpoint into our data model. Thank you.